Totally Beverages.
and sometimes hot sauce.
That is a tasty root beer.
Coffee.
Water.
Cerveza.
Mountain Dew.
Beverages.
Beverages hot sauce. Beverages hot sauce.
Ooh, welcome to Totally Beverages and sometimes hot sauce. The show that was almost called K-Cups with RoRo. I'm your host, Psychic Andy, but you can call me RoRo, and right there next to me, look at this handsome bugger. You are just the cutest little one I ever did see. Look at those baby blues.
You stop it.
Oh my gosh. Good to see you tonight, Jojo. How are you?
Oh, I felt like I was crawling through a desert, parched of compliments until just then.
Are
My
you ready
goodness.
to get iced tonight? Or what are the kids saying? Get icy? What do you say?
I think they say get icy.
Is,
Kids throw a lot of slang out there. It can be tough to stay up with them, but I'm pretty sure they say stay icy.
Stay icy.
They say that when they leave each other, So I guess if we're talking about, what do they say when they just show up? They're probably like, you ready to get iced?
You ready to get iced? I mean, for you guys that don't know, we're going to be hitting the Smirnoff Ice proper tonight. That's coming up. And I can't wait because and we'll really get into this later, but I have very fond memories of the Smirnoff Ice. I was a fan, I got no problem with the ice. I got no problem with the Zima. Wish Zima was still around, but Smirnoff Ice, I'll take it. It's great sloppy seconds. You know what I mean? Slurpy seconds, as we used to call it.
You did. You called. Which one did you call Slurpy
If
seconds?
I couldn't get Zima and we had to get Smirnoff Ice, we call it Slurpy seconds.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew the answer to what the kids say for the slang. You invented it. You're an engine of this.
I always know what the kids are saying. Always. Should we get
You
into
see them when they're sleeping, when they're awake.
Yes. Should we get into some news, some vision board, a little check-in, all that good stuff?
Let's do it. Let's hit that news button. Let's slam it.
I can't wait. Here we go. Let's do this. And hey, everybody out there, we see all you guys in the chat. It's great to see all y'all. It really, really, really is. I love each and every one of you.
Episode. This is really you're the real treasures here tonight.
And you know what, Jojo? Let me just take a quick second. Let me just tell you how excited I am about things. I couldn't be more excited about tonight and our guest that's coming up.
Stoked.
I couldn't be more excited about what we're drinking tonight. I couldn't be more excited to find out our guest beverage profile. We have a lot of guests booked down the road too. This is a first in T-Bash history. we have guests booked up for I want to say 6 weeks or something, which is unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
If
you can't tell,
we're getting so excited. We got all these guests down the line, coming down the line. We have a big event. Can I tease a potential June 15th event that you really want to mark your calendar for?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the first tease. June 15th, we might be doing an episode, which really we should be starting an OnlyFans account for. That's all I'm going to say right now, okay? That's my only tease right now. So there's just big things coming down the line. There's big things coming up in 5-10 minutes when our guests show up. It's just... I couldn't be more excited to be here. That's all I want to say.
I'm thrilled. You know what else? We have a hot sauce episode coming up. Is that all right to say?
Sometimes it is very appropriate to say that. I just want to shout out Randy real quick, who said naked bevs. Randy, you might be on to something there on June 15th. Sort of. Kind of.
We'll see.
Maybe. PG-13. Rated R. NC-17. We don't know yet. Watch this space. Listen to this space.
I got to work on my body positive beach bod.
I got to work on my beach bod in general. Anyways, that's another show. So, or is it another show on June 15th? I don't know.
We'll see if we make it that long.
Let's get into our vision board for a second here. Last week, not much changed. We added that JoJo should get a cool new water bottle. That would be sweet. So that's on
Already
there.
check, by the way.
Not really there.
I'm sorry. We're going to pause right there for 1 second. You
Please.
didn't know about this because in the mail yesterday arrived another cool vessel.
Show me now.
It starts here.
Ooh,
Okay.
hold on. Let me remove this so we can see what's going on.
Okay. So it's hard to even get in the frame. I'll have to back it up. It's the size of my head, but it
Nice.
does get more slender in the
That
cup
could fit in your cup holder
department.
right there in the car. Yeah.
Now here's the trick.
Show me.
It has on this. This is as you can all see, as my son would call it, a super cutie patootie.
Sure.
This is my friend's dog. This is Riley, who loves me and who I love. And but this was a surprise. I did not know this was coming, and the reason behind it was my friend Jamie, not our guest Jamie tonight, whose dog this is, happened to come on an episode when I was talking about my crappy water bottle and noticed that I had a sticker on it that was a different friend's different dog. So this was a flex, a power move, an
that
alpha
is a
dog move.
That is a big flex. So this is your second vessel with a friend's canine on it.
That's right.
That's great.
And I do love this dog. I have yet to use the mug. It's as clean as the day is bright.
Let me show you something. Okay.
Okay.
Wait 1 second.
I have to be clear. I think I could only realistically use
Okay.
this for water.
I feel like a bad friend. I feel like a terrible person that this is the first time I've showed this to all of our amazing listeners. On my birthday, geez, more than a month ago, JoJo and his lovely wife got me the sweetest gift. And you've probably been sitting here every week wondering why I have not shown this gift. And you are I'm validating those feelings right now for you. I really am. It's been sitting
By
next to me this
saying
whole You
By saying
should
what
have been
exactly?
wondering.
Okay, great.
Anyways, I have no good excuse except that I'm just an incredibly forgetful person, and I keep meaning to add this to the list of things to go over on the episode. This thing has been sitting next to me. I've been looking at it every single day since you've given it to me, and is one of my favorite things. Are you guys ready?
It's also a puppy.
Looky here. This is, can you all see that? How beautiful is this? This is, for our podcast listeners, this is a picture of JoJo in the buff holding a LaCroix can.
It is.
We might get kicked off of Twitch for showing this right now.
Should have saved this for the OnlyFans.
Yeah, we should have saved this for June 15th. But anyways, this is hand-painted LaCroix can. Again, for our podcast listeners, JoJo completely in the buff holding this can.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I really no, but I'm
This
in all
is the before
seriousness.
photo.
This is so awesome. I love this thing so much, JoJo. And literally, it is in my studio. I see it every day. It's amazing.
It's good. It's turned around. He sees the black backing on it every single day. You know, we had to make sure you stay decorated.
Pardon?
You got to make sure you stay decorated, you know, and that you're always representing.
Anyways,
when
I love
the
it.
Podcast is off, you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into some business here. So not much changed last week. I didn't get around to Tuesday Tapper because my brother said he bought me a joystick that I'm so excited about, but he's still figuring out how to set it all up. But I'm going to see him next weekend. So I think my Tapper dreams, I'm going to get way back into Tuesday Tapper after that. So hopefully I'll have like a proper joystick.
This is real PC gaming nerd shit right here.
Mm-hmm.
Still figuring out how to set up the joystick.
Well, this is what's
So you
so
can
crazy.
play like a one-button game. Is there even a button in Tapper?
No. Yeah, there will be a button to fill up
be a button.
to fill up the mugs. Yep.
Do you think he's making you like an actual tap controller, so you're living in it? Like, is this going to be a tapper power glove?
I don't know. Are you listening, Matt, right now? Because that's what you should be making for me. We'll see what happens. I think he said, my brother goes deep in on this, and he's running into some problems with the type of computer I have. But he's going to figure it out. I have all faith. And Matt, if you're listening right now, you have to figure it out. So, anyways, that's what we got.
Do or do not. There is no try. You got to get this going.
Got to get it going. Jojo texted me to add an Iceman to the...
I need an Iceman.
So there's an Iceman. The text I got from Jojo was, can you add an Iceman for the vision board?
Said nice person. You went Iceman for the podcast listeners. Now we're doing this all the time because you won't come to the live stream. This is Iceman. This is Val Kilmer from the hit motion picture Top Gun. Soon, readying the sequel in theaters very soon. So very timely, very topical of you to put the Iceman. This is not the Iceman of which I spake.
So I bumped into friend of the show Paul Scheer, and he told me beverage related news that he went to a movie, not Top Gun, but at the movie theater there was a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, and that there is a Top Gun Maverick promotion on the Coke Freestyle machine, and there's a signature beverage, and I want to say it was like ginger ale and something else, maybe vanilla.
Any Top Gun heads out there, if you can guess, I'd love to know. I want to know if it's something canonical that like the 2022 version of it would be like, he would get this out of a Coke Freestyle machine. This is his little suicide he'd make. Yeah.
So that's exciting. I'm wondering if we could do a little field trip to a freestyle machine and see if that's out there. Anyways, I thought that was neat. But so is this what you meant? Why do you want the Iceman on here?
We had a very hot weekend in Los Angeles this past weekend. Blazing a fire. I mean, and now there's literally fires places. It's growing great. Planet's doing fine. I rent a home that has very narrow counter space, and because we rent it, we're reluctant to hook up the ice maker in our freezer to the water supply, since we bought the fridge freezer situation. It all just seems like a little much. Anyway, the point is, I want ice on demand, but I don't think I have the counter space for an ice machine.
Let me pause you for a second. You have an ice maker in your fridge, but it just hasn't been hooked up?
It's the one it's not the like in the door one where you can get water. It strictly would make cubes and plop them into a bucket in the freezer.
Great. That's a real easy plumber call. Or I think there's a plumber that could do that. Anyways.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
But I kind of want ice for all of my ice needs. I love the idea of a pebble ice machine. So I kind of want to be like, is there somebody I can contact that can be my ice person, my go-to for all my ice needs? I want like an ice hookup. If I really want to pack some bevs and really, maybe bring some, I'm trying to keep this beverage related. If I wanted to ship some stuff cross country, could I get a dry ice person?
See. So you want your
like
an ice
cooler full.
The ice guy to like hook you up with stuff, sort of like all your ice needs.
Yeah, and maybe even guide me a little bit. Maybe take me under their wing and say, "Follow me, my child."
So you wanted more of like an ice guy, like this guy.
Oh, he'll suffer the same fate as poor Frosty the Snowman. But for our brief time together, I would love to enjoy his presence. Yes, that is what I'm saying.
You want to be friends with that guy?
Absolutely. But this one, he's not. He's just not long for this world. Is it worth it at my age to have such a close personal
to invest
friendship and invest that time? and an ice person who's gonna die.
You say this like you know how ice people work. I think there's a world in which this guy is just this guy. He's just a nice guy. He doesn't necessarily melt, you know?
Oh, he's just this cool?
Okay, wait, Randy. Randy just said, "Hey, I know Val Kilmer. I'll see if he can hook you up with a nugget ice machine."
I feel like this is a riff on the person who said they can get us to either Kate Winslet or Ice-T, to be honest.
Listen, I'm no joke. I have 70% faith that that guy's gonna hook up the Kate Winslet for us. I really do.
She would be so embarrassed to be on this show.
No, she wouldn't. She would fucking go for it. She'd roll with it. She'd love it.
All right, maybe you're right. I need to have a little bit more faith.
Um,
I need to manifest this. Shout out Bethany. Thank you
Exactly.
for all that you did for us.
Exactly. Okay, so speaking one other quick ice thing. Maddie Ross, friend of the show who we had on. Also believe it was definitely her episode when we checked out that sweet ice maker. Do you remember the one I'm talking about?
Oh yes, I do.
So it turns
Absolutely.
out her brother has that machine.
Oh,
Remember the sweet one we were looking at?
Yes, the classy one that she had on maybe like a cocktail cart or something like that. Remember about that?
I don't remember that, but
No? Wow,
remember we looked at it. It was rad, but it was like, wasn't it like $400 or something like
Yes.
that?
That is correct.
I love it. Okay, so anyways, that's our vision
That
board.
was the news that her brother has one?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's good.
Hey. I thought that was in the T-Bash flow. She was on the episode. She brought up the ice
I
maker. Then
see.
she went and visited her brother, and her brother had that machine, and she didn't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, that's not all right. Okay.
God, I'm frustrated with you right now. Okay. T-Bash dreams come true. We made this Twitch affiliate dream come true. Still, the board is very, very empty. So we need to work on that.
I feel like you can move over my cool beverage vessel. I feel good about this. I've got 2 now. I mean, I could see getting a third. That's
The dog one might. Yeah, I'll think about it.
well, then you have to find it. Now it's on you. I don't even feel responsible for this anymore.
Listeners, do you think, is it appropriate? Can I move Josh's vessel to the dreams come true? Did he get a cool vessel? That is a question I ask you right now. What else do we got in the news?
First correct answer we'll take.
Next
Ooh.
week, we've got Halo Kitsch is going to be on the show. It is going to be a super fun show because we will be drinking. Oh boy, we will be drinking sugar-free energy drinks, and I know JoJo's especially scared for this.
I'm
for
terrified
this
of
episode.
it. I'm gonna have to take Thursday off. I'm afraid.
This is going to be a sip episode, not a chug episode. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm literally I've just felt sweat coming out of my left eyebrow thinking about doing this.
I'm really hoping. So here's the deal, guys, and I'm very excited about something else that's coming up on this Halo Kitsch episode. We are going to attempt our first blind shootout since we've rebooted live on Twitch. It was a lot easier back in the day when we were doing this on the podcast and we didn't have the video and we were in person. We've been trying to wrap our heads around how can we do this properly. And I really wanted to do this with Halo because I know Halo drinks a lot of one of these beverages. That's all I'll say right now. And my hope is that maybe we trick her or maybe she finds a new daily driver. It just felt important to try to do this blind, right?
Yeah.
So the solution, I mean, can I tease the solution?
Of course. Oh, yeah. This dovetails nicely with more news.
I've wrapped the cans in tinfoil and they look ridiculous, but I think it might work. I also, so that's my hope. We're going to do our first blind shootout of the reboot with Halo next week. So that's really fun. Just if we need to zoom in on what these beverages will be, classic Red Bull sugar-free. Monster is the Zero Ultra. And I got a Rockstar. I got the sugar-free, and this is the can I got. It said Throwback Edition, and it said OG flavor. Now, I don't know if that means that they discontinued this flavor for a little bit and they brought this back, or because I also saw cans that looked very similar to this that were the same color and were sugar-free. I almost think this just might be like a throwback graphic. But just in case, you might want to get this specific can. I'm seeing them everywhere.
I'm going to do this episode from urgent care. I don't know why I'm so nervous about it. This is, RoRo dropped these off today. All like, I knew what it was immediately.
You
was
not
look like
excited.
What was inside. I knew what we were doing. I knew we were back to blind shootouts, and we're pretty thrilled about it. Wait, I actually don't know what slide you have next, or if I should just talk about the thing we launched today.
I don't have that slide yet.
Okay, great. Well,
but let's talk about that for a minute.
Let's talk about it, because we launched a Discord server today.
Say what?
Oh, you do have it.
Yeah, well, I'm just on the website right here.
Okay, fine. So yeah, you can see it's here. It's got stuff in it. It's got different channels. We're gonna post all these beverage menus here under the Bev menus thing. So each week, if you're catching up, if you're just a podcast person or you're watching these archived on YouTube, another thing we started today, that you can find those menus there in case you want to drink along at home. If you want to share Bev dreams with us, you can put those in there. So if you have ideas for the show, you have a perfect beverage and guest pairing, you drop it in there. If you want to have, if you have questions for us, you want us to do on the show, we got BevHead questions in there. This is kind of taking the place of the hotline in the days of yore. Feel free to drop a voice memo in there. We're here for that. And then the big thing is that next one, which is the blind shootout spoilers.
Yeah.
So when we're doing blind shootouts in the future, you will be able to go there and see the results. So if you have a friend or loved one or if you want to be the person to set up the blind shootout for some friends, you can go there and find out our key to doing it and our methodology and all that stuff. So you can do it too.
We'll make that clear. And I think the other thing I was thinking about this in general is if you can always just have a friend help you and say like, hey, can you, label these cans accordingly, like wrap them up and label them. Or my particular plan, but I'm also a super forgetful guy. I wrapped up the ones for next week's episode. I did it today. And I wrote down what they're going to be, knowing there's no way I'm going to remember next week how I numbered them. So that's another little tip. We'll see. We'll see if it works though. But I'm very excited about this Discord. Really hope some people get in there, and especially in the Bev Dreams area, and just let us know what you want us drinking on the show and what you want to drink along with us. That would be amazing.
Hell yeah.
Let me get back to our slides.
I'm sorry. I fucked up the flow again.
No, it's good. Follow us on our socials. Again, I haven't updated these. A lot of new TikTok followers, which has been very exciting. Tonight's special guest. Oh my gosh, the timing could not be better.
Oh.
Did
Truly.
you just see that? Talk about being in the flow.
This is the flow.
That is wild. Okay. We have a very, very, very special guest with us tonight. This guest is a comedian, illustrator, and TV writer. Also a podcaster. with a bunch of amazing podcasts. We got the Lolita podcast, My Year in Mensa, the Eckcast, and the Bechdel cast. It would appear this guest drinks things, so that's exciting for us.
Always a plus.
Always a plus. They have a brand new podcast that is currently going right now called Ghost Church, and they may or may not like ducks. I am so excited to welcome to the show. Let me get rid of this. Boop. And hold on. Oh my gosh, What am I doing?
Hello.
Jamie Loftus, welcome to Totally Beverages.
Hi, how are you?
We are great.
Doing so much
Thanks
better
for
now.
having me.
We are so excited to have you. So we start every episode with our guests with what's called the Beverage Profile. So we really like to get to know you and your relationship to beverages. And how we do that is we start first thing in the morning when you wake up. And we're going to go through your entire day of what you drink through a day, okay? There's no right or wrong answers here. We just really want to know in a typical day for Jamie what you're drinking. So what time do you wake up in the morning?
I usually wake up around 7.
Okay. And what?
That's a
feels so adult.
That's a flex. That's a flex for me. I recently became a 7 o'clock kind of person. And the first thing I will do once I'm, I guess beverage-wise, because I'll do the thing where I like wake up, watch a highlight reel from a TV show I never watched, fall back asleep, wake back up, and then be like, okay, now it's time for, and then I'll go get coffee is the first thing of the day.
And are you going to get the coffee, I hear you say, or is this at your place?
Yeah, no, I need to go on a little walk before I can get my day going. So that I invest in a coffee every morning. I feel like I'm like Mark Wahlberg giving his morning routine. I walk to get the coffee, and the walk is just as important as the coffee.
Not on this show, but
No.
we feel you.
Valueless on this show.
The walk means nothing there, but to me it's meaningful. So I get the coffee. That's the first beverage of the day. On the way back, I get 2 beverages.
Okay, we gotta slow you down, Jamie.
Okay, sorry.
This is all music to our ears. First coffee. What's your order? How are you dressing that coffee up?
I raw dog it. I get a cold brew. I get a big one, and then I just walk back.
Are you going to the same place every morning?
Yes.
So they know you there?
They do know me there. My order is always ready when I arrive. I try to time it out carefully.
Okay.
I live near Dunkin Donuts. I'm from Massachusetts. It's very important to me to have Dunkin Donuts.
Wait. So this is at Dunkin'? They are ready with your order at Dunkin' for you every day.
That feels against corporate regulations, doesn't it?
No, they're not when you can prove that you're from Massachusetts. They get it all nice for you. They get it all ready. I get the large iced coffee every morning.
That's incredible.
This does feel like a flex.
It
and
really
I'm here
does.
for it.
But they have, the thing with them is they have, of all the point systems, because I like to do points, you can accrue points very quickly with Dunkin Donuts. So really, every 4th or 5th coffee is free. And on the free one, you can and should go nuts. So I should say, on a day where I'm paying full price for the cold brew, I get it raw, no fixins, no milk, no flavors, just business.
No
so
little donut, like an orange smile on the outside.
No donut, waffle from home, no donut.
Now, since you're drinking that corporate coffee life, you're not probably getting, the only hookups you're getting there are on the reward system, or do you have a kinship with any of the employees there you're getting extra hookups from time to time? Have you graduated to that level, or is that impossible to graduate to that at Dunkin'?
No, you can definitely get there. It's nice. I've had, first of all, I will say it is embarrassing to get corporate coffee every morning. I think about it a lot. But then I famously hate small businesses. I hate them. I want them to fail, so I don't contribute to them. I only want big businesses to succeed. And Dunkin' Donuts is really good at being a big successful business.
Yeah.
So I've had this Dunkin' Donuts, I have like a good relationship. Everyone's very nice. It's not the best relationship I've had at a Dunkin' Donuts, but the best relationship I've had at a Dunkin' Donuts was like so amazing that it's not their fault.
Right.
Yeah.
That was back when I used to eat at the Dunkin' Donuts too, and I was more bonded over the sandwich order than I was over the coffee order.
Those
So
are
the
times.
coffee order is very boring.
Those are times when they might say like, "Hey, Jamie, psst, nobody picked this up, so this order's yours." You ever get one of those? A slide across the counter. There's a slightly cold sandwich, melty coffee,
a lukewarm slice of tuna. They
right off the slab.
They do at this Dunkin' specifically. I've never had this experience, but if I experience the smallest delay getting my my cold brew in the morning, they give me a donut, and that's so nice.
That is nice. And this is at your current Dunkin'?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine at the premiere your other Dunkin' what was happening. Maybe a hug at times or something. This is crazy.
Just a dollar taped to the bottom of the cup, just like
they had a nickname for me at the Boston Dunkin' I used to go to. It was a very close knit thing that I had going there, but I'm glad that that I get to go to a Dunkin' again. I will say I've talked about this with people who grew up with Dunkin'. California Dunkin' tastes a little different. I don't know what that situation is. It tastes a little different. They don't quite have it down because it's not supposed to taste good, but it is supposed to taste the same, you know?
Yeah.
But
have you A-B'd that recent? Like, have you A-B'd it within the last few years? Like, have you been back to the East Coast and felt the difference?
Oh yeah. Wow, I mean,
okay.
And every time I'm at an airport too, I kind of try to figure out what's what, you know?
Yeah.
Figure out. The airport Dunkins are pretty consistent. The standalones, as Lizzie is saying, they can be it can taste a little different franchise to franchise. But I feel like in New England, even if you're an independent franchise, it can't taste different, or someone could hurt you. You know, it can't taste different. Here, it can taste a little different.
Violent, aggressive population.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a lot. You know, I can dispel some of the stereotypes, but them being very aggressive and liking Dunkin' Donuts a lot are two things I cannot dispel about where I'm from.
Fair. So getting back to your beverage profile, so you got the cold brew in your hand and you're walking back. What are these two beverages and what time is it?
Okay, it's if it's a good day, it's about 7:30 at this point.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Yeah, I get up and I leave.
Yeah. You get
put
moving.
On the same big ass sweatshirt and I just leave.
You're sleeping in your running shoes.
I need to get to Dunkin' Donuts as quickly as possible. So I leave Dunkin' Donuts, pass a 7-Eleven on the way back.
Another great big business right there.
So I think that small business is disgusting. And so I want to support another big conglomerate on my way home. And another place where I've accrued a lot of points.
Do they have a point system?
Yeah, their point system is not great. It takes a long time to accrue like a pizza slice. It can take a month, and then you get one piece of pizza. It's not a good system there. It's no Dunkin' Donuts.
I do feel like I need to interject and let you know this is a safe space for your corporate affections, because
look, it's a problem for me because I've been in the DSA for years. I'm a very conservative person.
Until tonight.
I'm literally addicted to supporting big business in the morning. I do it every morning. Not as much at night. I diversify as the day goes on.
That's nice.
But I start with something familiar in the morning. Dunkin' Donuts and 7-Eleven.
When the small businesses are all closed. in the night. You
Yeah,
stress.
because I mean, get it together, small businesses. Open earlier. Then maybe no, there a lot of them are actually open. I'm the problem.
Do you walk into 7-Eleven with the Dunkin' cold brew?
I do.
Okay, and so what are you grabbing in there?
They don't got a problem with me walking in with a cold brew because they know I'm about to make a hefty purchase. So what I'll do, because I am on Zoom for work every day until at least noon before I get a break. So I will get 2 beverages. One is the tall Diet Coke, the tall one.
A 16-ounce?
Yes.
Oh.
Ever had one? They're so good. I feel like that whenever that serving size came into play, it was that was good for me because I like can over bottle every time.
Yeah.
You're talking about a can. This is like a
tall boy.
slender.
It's like a PBR. Yeah, PBR size
of Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Now
it's perfect.
2 weeks ago we did Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Pepsi Zero, Coke Zero, all versus each other. And we were very surprised by our findings on that. Have you ever fucked around with the zeros at all? I'm just curious.
Yes, but I don't. It hits so stevia to me. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the wrong kind of. I guess I don't need my Diet Soda to be trying to taste like the original.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can be different. I don't know. Did you guys like the Zero?
We liked them way more than we thought. We actually liked everything way more than we thought we would. That was the surprise takeaway. Yeah.
Okay.
That was what was most surprising.
Zero with cherry, I can do. I like Zero with cherry.
Yeah. We do know that there is kind of a cult of Diet Coke, though, that like people are ride or die with Diet Coke.
Oh, people are like, yeah, I mean, and it's like, we're making ourselves very sick. I used to be more into Diet Coke. Now I'm trying to like just hit the one a day, but it's touch and go.
So you got cold brew one hand, you're grabbing that tall boy Diet Coke. What's the other thing you're grabbing?
So the other thing you do have to be at 7-Eleven to get, I wish I had I've got a bunch of them in my recycling. I can't remember the exact title. They have a knockoff 7-Eleven brand Gatorade.
Ooh.
That I drink all the time. If someone remembers in the comments, because they have it with calories and without. I get Fruit Punch Zero on this 7-Eleven Gatorade, and that I'll have that as my healthy drink.
And okay, so we have these 3 beverages. When are they all being consumed? Like when are you tossing the cold brew? When are you cracking? Is there any overlap between these 3 kids? What's happening?
So
how are you carrying them all?
Day,
yeah. How are you paying?
Well, I'm just paying with cards, and I have I carry around this large bag. So I have that, and so that's where the Diet Coke and the not Gatorade goes.
But we're just thinking walking up to the counter. How are you juggling everything?
Oh, well, it's I've got left hand has the coffee, and then I got the other 2 kind of in the crook of my right arm.
Got it. Okay.
Usually. Yeah,
doable.
Really making a meal of it, and so that's the second and third beverage. It's like $7.40.
We're really trucking along.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to even ask you to like turn on the raccoon cam to show us these bottles in the recycling, but I guess we probably
I can run and get it. I would like to remember what they're called because they are. I would recommend them.
Now's the time to get the bottle.
Is there always a flavor? That's all. That's what I'd like to do.
I do fruit punch. If they don't have fruit punch, I'll do. They have like one that's It is called Replenish.
There we go. Yes. Dies on a toilet.
It's called Replenish Zero. Fruit Punch is the best flavor. I don't do the grape one. It doesn't taste like grape flavor. And then there's one that I'll do that it looks like, remember Sobe, and they had that like cum looking juice. They have that color of juice also for Replenish. and the flavor is good, but it's not aesthetically pleasing like the
Is
fruit
it
punch.
like a coconut flavor or something?
No, it's not a cum flavored or cum colored fruit. It's like mango or something, and you're like,
Oh, okay.
why is this all cloudy white?
I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I
do.
didn't.
Yeah.
And I do not associate opaque beverages as like refreshing or as replenishing, I should say.
Well, it gets cloudy from all of the vitamins that they
Oh,
put
okay.
in
It's
it.
like vitamin P, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
So
good.
are these your three beverages like up till that break at noon? And again, real quick, when are they all getting cracked in? Is there overlap?
So I try to start the day. I put the Diet Coke and the Replenish Zero in the fridge. I pour a tall glass of water. I have the water
We got to
and
stop you real quick.
okay.
When it comes to water in the morning, are you a sipper or a chugger? We found there's really only two types of people out there.
I was a chugger for some time, and in the past couple months I've fallen back on it, and now I'm a firm sipper. Sometimes I don't even finish it.
Okay. Please continue.
So
All right.
So I put the other two away, and I start with the coffee and the water. And I try to get that to last for a couple of hours while I'm at work. And hopefully I'm participating and I'm listening. I'm not sipping that much. And so ideally by around lunchtime, I've still got my Diet Coke and my Replenish. I can choose which one I want to have with lunch. Sometimes I'll crack them both.
Have you ever done a little?
A Replenish DC suicide, if you
Yeah.
will.
Oh, I will.
I haven't tried to make it into Surge yet. No. I think
Homemade
it would
Surge.
be nasty. I mean, it would
It's
be
in
nasty.
the Anarchist Cookbook, actually. That recipe.
It's Replenish Zero, and I can have a sip of one and switch back and forth, no problem. Putting them together, I feel like would make a texture that I wouldn't want to know about.
But you will go back and forth. And when you're grabbing for each one, is the Replenish the obvious like hydration, fruitiness, and then is the DC more just like the hit, the kind of you're addicted to the DC maybe? What do the two do for you?
So the DC is there. I will always drink it, but ideally the DC is there kind of on the back line in case the cold brew doesn't hit timeout the way it should. I have a caffeine backup to make sure that if the coffee doesn't come through, I've got the DC on call whenever the moment comes.
Yeah.
Ideally it won't be till the afternoon. Sometimes it's a little earlier. And the Replenish comes in because I don't like the taste of water. And so it sort of takes the place of the water. Hopefully I finish the water. Often I don't.
Got it. Okay, so noon or it's lunchtime now. Take us up to dinner. What's happening in that window of time?
So in that amount of time, I mean, that'll take me through lunch in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll get a second Diet Coke in the afternoon. I try not to. I would say about twice a week I need the second Diet Coke before like 5 or 6 p.m. Now I'm out of work. Depending on the kind of night I'm having. If I'm just eating dinner, hanging out, going to bed, we can go a few different ways. Sometimes it's just juice. I have like I just ran out, but I have another store brand that I drink. It's at Vaughn's, and it's their version of Diet 5 cranberry juice, and I love that stuff so much.
Diet
Their version.
5 cranberry juice?
Yeah.
What is? I'm not familiar.
So it's exactly what it sounds. It's a 5-calorie cranberry juice made by Ocean Spray.
Okay.
Shout out the Ocean Spray Corporation.
Another Massachusetts classic. Yeah, my grandfather used to live near some Ocean Spray bogs.
Wow.
But that didn't instill any company loyalty because I do get the store brand of it. But I get their version. Thank you. Yeah, Massachusetts is it's so gross, but I love the bogs.
Yeah, I'm from there too. It's you
It's
gotta. It's a fine state. It worked.
I like it a lot. But yeah, I grew up drinking a lot of cranberry juice due to the bog adjacency. So I like cranberry juice. It's good for you, but I like to drink a lot of it, and that's why I get Diet 5 because if you go too nuts on the cranberry juice, it kind of adds up.
Yeah, and that
That's
sugar
true.
can add up too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So is that like a dinner drink or an after dinner drink? When would you be having that?
So that would be a dinner drink. That would
Ice
be
or
what
no ice?
no ice. I don't like ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a controversial truth about me. I don't like ice. I never have it in the freezer, and if people come over, it can be a problem. I try to remember to have ice when people are around.
You can always
And
just
then
say like you're feeling very, European or something, and make then they'll think you're just an asshole. I guess
be like,
maybe
there's
that's
no
not great.
rocks. You can have
Yeah.
anything on the rocks, but there's no rocks.
That's right. It's all neat. Just
Yeah.
cranberry juice neat.
But and then if I'm making like an alcohol beverage, that has really changed over time, and it kind of depends. In my youth, my early 20s, I was really into Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That is such a weird reaction to Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Well, no, we're
What's the subtext of that?
no, there is none. Well, we've talked
the
about
flow?
Mike's recently, and we were talking about Mike's recently in the context of alcoholic seltzers just blowing up in the past few years.
Yeah.
And then it also does feel relevant to what we're drinking tonight, Jamie. So I think that's the context for me. Jojo, I don't know if there's something else for you.
That's what I
We're
felt.
in the right family.
Yeah.
We often talk about being in the flow when these things work out nicely. Jamie did not know what we were going to be drinking in this show that was based on nothing other than we had it ready to roll. And so it was made me sweat a lot less when you were like awesome instead of being like, oh, I don't fuck with Smirnoff Ice. So Mike's Hard Lemonade, this is a great connection to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
We're thrilled. We're here for it.
I really love Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah, and I don't like the seltzers, but now you can really hit a wall with Mike's Hard Lemonade, which I did. Maybe about 5 years ago, I hit a wall with Mike's Hard Lemonade. Had to stop. It was making my teeth hurt. It wasn't even like the alcohol content. I didn't get Mike's Hard hangovers. I always had a lovely time with them, but it was just like it was making my teeth hurt. It was too much sugar.
Yeah.
So I switched, and now sometimes you can get the Diet 5 involved, do a little cranberry vodka situation.
Yeah.
That can be a fun dinner drink for
Yeah.
me sometimes. I like a tequila soda sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm feeling just like one of the freaking guys, I've been known to get a beer, and sometimes two if I've got company and I'm feeling nuts. And I like those
2 beers.
I don't have a lot of consistency in drinks. I'm not super picky, which is why I had no problem with Smirnoff Ice. If Smirnoff Ice is the option, if it's what happens to be around, that's fine by me. I don't mind taking that L at a party either, where they're like, oh, we've got a couple of these. I don't mind taking the Mike's Hard or the Smirnoff, and then you kind of become a hero at the party for taking something so
totally.
gross.
When you are at a bar and order a cocktail, or do you never do that because of the ice, or do you order the cocktail sans ice?
I will accept ice from other people. I don't take the initiative
Begrudgingly.
with ice myself.
It feels like you should try to order it without ice, though. I don't know.
Like at McDonald's.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
like you're trying
but-
to get
Soda.
more. You think it's a trick. The bartender thinks you think they're scamming them so that you're getting more alcohol.
I think I
wouldn't
have
work.
a real severe scarcity mindset issue. And so anytime there's ice involved, I'm like, well, clearly something else could be there. Like something else. Why isn't this glass full of bourbon? What is this huge ice cube in here?
Right.
For wasting space. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
that's
have
fair.
a consistent cocktail though. I've been trying to find one because I feel like it's a good thing to have. It's like a go-to. I don't really
Yeah.
have a go-to cocktail wise.
Tequila soda seems like a nice option potentially. I like that.
I enjoy them. Yeah. So that can be good. It kind of depends where you're at. You don't want to sometimes if I get a tequila soda and you're with the wrong friend, they sort of give you a look like, okay, Princess Diana, or like what, they're like, that's too nice.
I feel
Oh.
like a very, very solid generic drink is a Tito's and soda. And I feel like it's a very clean drunk and every bar has it. That's I'll order that sometimes just if I want just a nice clean buzz and no hangover. That's my go-to.
Yeah. Which it's like the older I get, the more I have to consider. It's like whatever I pick, that's the selection for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good to me. I'm into
Yeah.
the tequila, and so it feels because it's you get the hydration factor. You got some soda water in there, minimal cals, so that's a no
Yeah.
sugar.
It doesn't
Doing that.
doesn't like, I don't know, turn into like a brick in your stomach the way that some drinks feel like they do,
Yeah, you could drink more than one if you want to, so that's like a good thing too. Where there's also some where you're just like, this is gross now to me, or I'm kind of done because this drink sort of. I mean, speaking of beers, right? Like, there's just some things where you're just like, I don't want to drink anything ever again after this. It's
No.
terrible.
You're like, this is basically a solid. Like, why
Yeah.
is this?
So
slimy bread in a glass.
so after these drinks, you get home, you're about to go to sleep. Are you putting anything on that nightstand before you go to bed?
Yes, and it depends. It's either gonna be a glass of water would be ideal. Sometimes is one more glass of Diet 5 before bed.
Ooh, right for the just to coat the teeth right before bed.
Goes down easy, kind of a nice last little flavor blast before bed.
Is this a nightstand beverage? Is there ever one that's hanging tough right there next to the bed where you're just like, I might sip this while I read or something, but knowing
Yeah.
full well you're gonna go to sleep with that thing?
Yeah, no, I usually do finish my my nightstand bev. That's the thing, is like, that's why I am constantly walking to get bevs, because if I have them, I just like, I want them,
Yeah.
with the exception of like alcohol. Like, I'm not going to drink a handle of vodka, but if I have like a 12-pack of Diet Cokes in the house, I'm going to drink way more Diet Coke, and it's going to be a bad situation for me. Same thing with when you get like a jug of cold brew. I've drank the whole thing in a day, and then your day is shot. You're shitting all over the place.
The whole thing in a day?
Yeah.
It's interesting it's like you've hacked this in a way that at 7-Eleven, you're buying the 16-ounce Diet Coke, which I've never seen in a pack, right? So like that's your hack for that. And then you're also buying the 7-Eleven brand of Gatorade, which is another hack because they're not selling that in packs. So I think you've really, I like your style is all I'm saying. I get it.
Thank you so much.
I fully approve of this.
My therapist says, oh, sorry, my cat's screaming. My therapist has told me that I've created an astonishing number of rules in my life and how things need to work. But I do like that, because it's like, if I want a second Diet Coke, I really have to think about it, because I have to walk, all the way around 3/4 of a mile to get that second Diet Coke. Do I really want it?
I love it.
Yeah, right. A little too far to go if you're on just like a little work break,
Exactly.
It's like, well, am I really going to walk that far for just one more? Can I just hold off till tomorrow?
I've had to call in on Zoom walking home and it's humiliating, from 7-Eleven and they're like, what did you get at 7-Eleven? And then I have to tell them.
Be proud. It's not one of those like giant taquitos with like a sausage inside it necessarily.
True.
Not saying that's a bad thing, but it's a different podcast. If there's something that like just rock that thing with pride.
I should own it.
I agree.
You're right. I'm lacking confidence. I should just be like, I should tell my coworkers,
The fuck off.
I'm having my second 16-ounce Diet Coke today.
Make sure you tell them the volume.
I'm good at my job. It shouldn't be a problem. I contribute every day, and I would contribute less if I didn't have this in my system. It's important.
That's
You're
right, it's a
living your
performance enhancer.
best Bev life, and you don't need to make excuses to anybody for that.
Thank you. But beverages, I mean, like you, beverages are very important to me. They're a source of routine and constancy. I love it.
I love it. Well, now's the time. Let's get iced. I think now is the time to do that. Jojo, I mean, should I make this admission that I didn't know what getting iced was? I'm going to make it right now.
I think it's time. Yeah, if ever there was a place.
No, and so Jojo told me about this. I got a couple videos that we can check out for listeners that don't know, but I'm sure it seems like everybody knows about this but me. Let me just show a video, and then we'll kind of...
Yeah, it's a bit of a cultural phenomenon.
Here we go. Let me paste this TikTok link.
But only for like a decade.
Can you guys hear this?
Yeah. Wow. What the fuck? Wow.
So for
that frat brother really reproduced, didn't he? Wow.
He really did.
The little tiny one in the back, just like, go, Dad, go! You can do this.
Well, one of you, because I feel like both of you knew about this before me. Can you kind of explain what just happened in that video for the pod listeners?
I love how the amount of purpose that came over his face when he saw the Smirnoff Ice. I mean, who wants to do it? I don't care.
Jojo or Jamie? Yeah, Jamie, you go. What is this trend of getting iced?
For me, I learned about it in college. I feel like this peaked in the early to mid 2010s, and then it went away. I don't think college kids are doing this anymore. But the thing was, you would get a pack of Smirnoff Ice, and you would ideally hide them somewhere. You have to spring it on somebody. And if they know the rules to getting iced, they open their, we used to hide them in all sorts of stupid places. You put it in someone's backpack, put it behind their bed, and when they find it, they have to immediately pick it up, open it, get down on one knee like that father did, and drink the entire thing without taking a breath.
Could not, from what I've learned today, it's the perfect explanation. Let's watch
That's exactly right.
Another example of this.
And then everyone in the room goes, "You've been iced."
So this is a guy at a wedding.
Oh, God.
I don't like what's happening here to begin with.
This is okay, that's really advanced, though, you have to admit.
I'm thinking maybe it was maybe this was the part where they take the garter belt off and throw it.
I've never seen someone dive into his wife's crotch.
Yeah, this seems a little too perfect almost. Like he probably knew the bottle was there.
He just looks really comfortable doing that in public. And I guess that I'm not in a place to judge. I'm sure they love each other very much. He iced him real good, though. I mean, look, and the best part is most people, when they get iced, they're like this guy. They're so ready, and they kind of want it to happen.
Yeah.
I've been iced at shows before, because if you find another person who knows what icing is, all of a sudden it's like a bonding thing where my producer has iced me a few different times on stage.
That is.
Oh, that's good. At least it's not from a fan, someone who's figured out that this is a thing that you're aware of enough that you know the rules and you will oblige.
Well, what do you think? I feel like icing a stranger is kind of poor form. I've never iced someone I didn't know.
Yeah, and we're saying this right now. We're discouraging people doing that to Jamie right now, and this stranger's doing this to Jamie.
I won't. If I don't know you, I won't do it.
Yeah.
If I'm marrying you, like then I will probably do it.
So look at this video. This really delighted me, and this kind of speaks to Jamie what you're saying about like hiding it and finding a good place to hide it. Check this out. They're taking a case of beer, opening it up.
This
A
is
case
a
of
classic.
Leinenkugel.
And then taking a glue gun and putting the beer box back together with only one Smirnoff Ice. That just looks like good, wholesome fun right there.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's, it's really disappointing. And this has happened, especially the more time that passes. It's disappointing if you try to ice someone and they don't know what it is, and they're like, "What's this Smirnoff Ice doing here?" And then you
That's
sound
strange.
like a psychopath, being like, "No, you need to get down on your knee and drink the whole thing right now." And it's funny.
Without taking a breath. You specify all the rules.
You can't take a break. It all has to be in one sip.
So growing up in the town that I was from, I'm from Sun Valley, Idaho. There's a dive bar called the Casino, and they had a very, very similar prank where if you order a Zima, they ring a bell, and then the whole bar is chanting at you to pound the Zima.
Awesome.
And this definitely predates. I mean, this was in the late '90s. This was happening.
They might have invented icing.
I don't know, because I mean
It sounds very similar.
that would be interesting. But yeah, but you know, it's kind of a fun thing to kind of, I think, punk tourists in the beginning, and then it became a fun thing for locals, and you would do it to your friends, and you know, all the time. But a similar thing.
The fact that there were enough people ordering Zimas out at a bar.
So there's a whole bell for it.
An entire bell there's infrastructure for the number of Zimas being ordered at the casino in Sun Valley, Idaho, which I assume is also not a casino.
Yeah, no. Let's get into these guys. Jamie, do you have yours nearby? Or you want to go grab yours?
I have them. I do have to make a confession. I drank one today.
Oh. This is a first. This is a T-Bash first. I'm both delighted and infuriated at the same time.
I'm gonna have to tell them.
What a mix of emotions. Okay,
I
pull out what you have. Don't say which one you drank first. I want to pull each bottle out one by one, please. Show it to the camera if you can.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I've got green apple.
Green apple.
I've got a green apple. You can match that
So
one.
help me God, Jamie, if you drank the original one, I'm going to lose my... Okay.
I did not.
Thank you.
You ready?
Okay.
You
We
ready?
would have had a problem there. Okay, there's the OG.
The OG is alive and well, and I also have and I have the pink lemonade.
So you have the pink lemonade, which means
Oh no.
you grabbed the screwdriver.
I did.
You felt the need to drink the screwdriver.
Juice. Was this part of your juice diet today?
Oh my goodness.
As I said, I ran out of Diet 5 today. And I got out of work and I was like, I don't have time to walk all the way to Vaughn's to get more juice. And then I was like, wait, I have a bag. They won't know. Surely we won't drink all 4 of them.
So you really are affirming what you said earlier about if the beverages are around, you will drink them, because you drank the beverages that were reserved for the show you were doing in 5 hours.
I put the bag really far away from where I sit most of the day because I was like, I know that I have some beverages and I'm going to want to drink them. And I didn't last the whole day. I'm really sorry. You
I
guys.
have a weird feeling here, and tell me if I'm totally wrong or out of line.
Mm-hmm.
Are these warm?
Yeah, of course they're warm.
Oh my God. I almost wrote on the bag, put these in the fridge.
I need that instruction.
I'm so curious what your therapist will say about this complete breakdown in rules around.
Yeah, fans,
this
please clip this clip on Twitch so we can send this to Jamie's therapist, and also the clip earlier.
Okay, 5 p.m. lukewarm Smirnoff Ice screwdriver. Interesting.
Because you ran out of juice.
I ran out of.
Well, in that way,
Look.
I think we should start with that one. Jamie, feel free to time travel back.
I've got the husk over here.
Yeah, you can smell the hot glass bottle.
So Jojo, what order should we do? Let's start with
Well,
the
certainly gonna
screwdriver.
start with screwdriver.
Are we ending with the OG? I think we should end with the OG.
Jamie, you have thoughts on that? Would you like to end with the original, or do you want to end with... I feel like the only choices to end with that are pink lemonade.
I agree. We can work our way back to the OG.
Yeah, let's and then let's do
Have
so.
you guys had any of these flavors before? I've had two for $4.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I guess now 3 for $4 actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
that wasn't even one of the two.
Which ones have you had before? But you had the pink lemonade also, I'm assuming.
No, the green apple. Green apple and
Really?
original. Haven't had the pink lemonade.
Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to do Jojo and I will do screwdriver first. Then we're going green apple. Then we're going pink lemonade.
Yeah, we got to.
Then we're going. That feels really good to me.
That feels nice.
The color spectrum is looking good to me too. I won't lie.
So don't spoil yet, but we do encourage you in on the screwdriver conversation once Jojo and I.
Yeah, of course. I got it right here.
I was thrilled that these were twist offs. I don't know what the fuck else I'm expecting. That tells you my relationship with Smirnoff Ice. These are all a little Sobe adjacent, aren't they?
A little cloudy. Yeah.
Smells
cloudy.
very kids drinky.
Yes, it smells like a little barrel juice.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or like an Otter Pop.
Oh.
Oh, you were right to drink this in the middle of the day. Oh,
It doesn't even seem like there's booze in this.
no.
You know, it tastes like Sunny D.
Yes, 100
Yes.
fucking percent.
It's like chemical oranges.
Let me say
The
this
orange of
real
the
quick.
future.
Before we even go any further, I would take this any day over the hard seltzers. Like, I wonder if
there
this has
even
a
a
ton
question?
more sugar, though. So maybe
Yes.
that's something you have to consider.
The hard seltzers have no sugar.
This is
But
refreshing.
they're disgusting.
Correct.
These are, these. I'm sure that they're horrible for you, but I kind of liked it.
And I feel like you're kind of our person with your feet on the ground in hell because you drank these warm. How are they warm?
They're honestly, I think I've rarely had one of these guys cold. It's the kind of thing that when I was getting into the Smirnoff Ice game, they'd usually be on someone's floor for a long time, in like a 24 pack, and then you just go over, select yours. I don't mind. I like a lukewarm beverage in general, though.
Right. You hate ice, and these were always hidden, so it would be something we were like moving out, and you find one.
Yeah, the icing as a concept doesn't work if these don't hold up at room temperature.
No ice, no problem. This is good. So this was enjoyable midday warm?
It was a good post-work drink. I will say I didn't feel sick, like I had had an alcoholic beverage at all.
Yeah.
It felt like I just had a very chemically juice, but I liked it.
Yeah, got no problems. That's a nice surprise, the screwdriver. Let's
I
move
already
on.
feel like I can feel the acid in my sternum working its way. But otherwise, I'm gonna finish that tonight. These are facts.
I'm going to make some predictions real quick, actually. And, Jamie, we don't know you that well, but we're getting to know you. I have a feeling your favorite one of the night is going to be
Ooh.
the pink lemonade. And I think JoJo's favorite one
that.
is going to be the green apple.
I can't tell you how wrong you are about that. I've never had this one, but
I've had this one.
We're in Jolly Rancher country right now.
we certainly are.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like a really fruity cider.
Yeah, I do think that part of what I find off-putting about it is the actual color.
Yeah, you're right. They should have just gone clear with it, right? I mean,
They could have gone Sobe cum juice with this one, and I would have no problems because it's like, I know it. The green apple's never done it for me, and I'm not very picky. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's very candy, Jolly Rancher, as I mentioned before, and it almost has like a wine vibe to it. Does that make any sense? Like the
No.
aftertaste? No?
Like a wine spritzer
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Maybe
Yeah,
not. Between a wine spritzer and an apple and a hard cider?
I guess so. Cause did your moms ever have like the like bottled wine spritzers with friends and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
I've had that for
Sure.
sure.
Yeah, it does kind of taste like that. I feel like these are kind of, I don't know. I guess these are kind of like not, Smirnoff Ice kind of transcends gender with the marketing. I feel like it's for everybody.
yeah.
But my mom used to have like pretty aggressively gendered towards women wine spritzers and bottles that taste like this too.
Yeah, I could see that. Jojo, what are your thoughts on this? Do you hate it?
I do hate it. It's way too sweet. Like, I kind of can't drink it, but I get the feeling I'm going to drink more of it than I want to.
You can keep going. Oh, and you returned to the screwdriver?
Yeah, I'm going back because I'm curious, because Jojo just said how sweet it was, and I was curious which... I don't think it's sweeter than the screwdriver. You think it feels sweeter?
Absolutely. Maybe it's just the smoothness of the screwdriver. It's hitting like an Orangina or a Sunny D. You know, it's
that's
in that. It feels like
What if we could get some
Cosmopolitan.
pulp going in these things? Like an Orangina. Just a
Wait.
thick, pulpy Smirnoff Ice.
What was that Sobe adjacent other like campus convenience store beverage that had the weird little like lava lamp globules in it?
Ooh, is that like globs of like aloe? Is that what they were putting
I
in?
don't know. I don't think it was anything that specific. It was called like Orbits or something.
I don't know
And
what it is.
see, this is an age gap thing. I think that's it. This is RoRo had his Zima bar. I'm aging myself with the Orbits chunks of, I'm assuming, wax that were in these giant like Sobe sized drinks. And
I had aloe chunks, and then people younger than me, I think that then you kind of get into boba territory.
yeah.
Everyone's got different chunks.
Everyone's
floating
got
around in their
chunks,
drinks.
don't they?
Yeah. Generational chunks.
Let's go to pink, which, by the way, I think pink has the coolest label of all of these.
I'm loving it.
See, this is island time kind of.
This feels seasonal. Feels Miami Vice.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
Miami Vice.
This is like a yacht rock kind of drink.
Yeah, they could have
Ooh.
gone
Wow.
a way different direction with the label on this one, and this is like the most badass thing they could have done. Props.
Yeah, good font choice. This smells very sour.
This is the most badass thing they could have done. Props.
Okay, this does not taste like how I was expecting at all, especially after the first two. I thought after the screwdriver, which I feel like is a good honor of what a screwdriver sort of is. This is kind of weird. It's not bad, but it's sweeter and not as much sour as I was expecting.
It doesn't even taste as sour as it smells.
No, it has a floral note. Doesn't taste a little like shampoo.
Oh shit! I can't go back after hearing that.
Or maybe like a little 80s adjacent. This also has some mom vibes to it. Like maybe like a a little scratch and sniff quality to this. I'm not quite sure.
My mom would crack one of these after a family funeral.
Put her shades on and just lean back. That's the most badass thing you ever did, Mom.
I kind of like this.
It goes easier the more you drink it.
Circling back, and sorry, Jamie, I know you can't circle back to the screwdriver.
Just rubbing it in. Unbelievable.
I just
No
need you
respect.
to know how upset I am with myself. It wasn't necessary. I didn't need to finish it.
That's one of my favorite part of it.
It's interesting, and I'm just doing this so like we can all remember sort of. But Josh, wouldn't you agree the screwdriver is the most subtle of the bunch so far?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like this lemonade one, I don't know quite how to describe it, but it's not bad. I like it, but it's not very pink lemonade-y to me.
I'm trying to think of a flavor. If you gave this to me with no label or coloring, I would probably guess more like strawberry-ish.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, like there's a hint of lemon on like the back end, but that could be mistaken for just like the malty booziness of it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it.
I think it's really growing on me actually.
I might actually, because I know how I feel about the original. I'm like, this might be the one for me. Although I did like the screwdriver enough to finish the whole thing right after work.
All right, let's go OG, guys. Where it all began.
Are you guys gonna do it?
Oh. I guess you have to ask, right? Is that how this works?
I mean, it's only because we're new friends. If we were like, if we had known each other for a while, I wouldn't be asking.
All right.
This is a hard situation though, because we are comparing them.
That's true.
I'll do it. I mean,
I would do it.
Flawed at this point anyway. That drink from the Knives with the Chunks is called Orbits.
Can we have 2 sips before we get iced?
It's your show. Yeah, do whatever you want.
But I don't want to disappoint anybody here. Because of everybody here, I was the least familiar with getting iced. And I don't want to be that guy that does it the wrong way. But I'm also trying to honor the flight.
Mm-hmm. I say let's take some sips. Let's honor the flight.
It smells like pine car air freshener.
Like the kind you put in your car.
Yeah, the little tree. Oh, but all right.
Oh
okay.
God.
Well, I know my thoughts on it. So we can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we take knees?
Are you? Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Woo! This is exciting.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh, my mic stand just went down too. How nice.
There we go.
All right.
Trying to get in the right position here.
Can I get a
Okay,
knee up?
you guys ready? Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, now imagine an awesome guitar riff playing as we do it.
We'll get that in post.
All right.
And we chug the whole thing, right?
All right.
It has to be the whole thing.
Oh, Jesus. Let's go.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right. One, two,
Yep.
three. Oh God, I did it. Okay.
It's too cold.
How are you not breathing? How are you gonna hold your breath this long?
How's everybody doing?
I did it.
I'm not quite there.
That is brutal.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
This is something made for 19-year-olds and people getting married.
For newlyweds.
I gotta walk my kids to school in the morning.
I'm sweating out of the pores in my arms and elbows.
Oh!
All right.
Okay, I have my first admission.
Uh-huh.
I've never been I could never shotgun. I could never drink that fast. And this was very cold for me. Ooh, we did it though. How was it for everybody?
Didn't feel good.
I didn't like it. The bubbles were too spicy. Ah.
Okay.
It's not supposed to feel good.
It's just something you do for friends, you know?
It's supposed to make you look cool in front of your friends.
Ooh.
And I think we all looked really cool just now.
I don't think rolling back the footage, anyone's going to say that about my dance with it.
I choked in the middle, but that's okay.
There's a lot of people calling me out. RoRo's having trouble.
Being so supportive.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. First takeaway, and I this was the worst of the flavors, and I thought it was going to be the best. Does anyone agree with me? Like, it tastes the most like chemicals. I just had this. I had the nostalgia in my mind that I was just going to love this one so much, but it didn't hold up for me.
I think my least favorite is still the green apple, but this is a close second worst. It because it's like there's not even. It is bold that they don't even pretend that it's based on a flavor.
It seems to say in very fine print that it's lemon lime flavor, but I don't believe it.
There's no way.
They probably had to we have to ask Bethany, our beverage compliance person. We have a listener who is in beverage compliance who sent us a dissertation on malt beverages. And I wonder if they have to name a flavor or something, because that's what that one does feel like to me.
Yeah, the OG was pretty bad.
I didn't mind it.
Circling back, and let's start with you, Josh. What's your favorite? How are you ranking these? Oh, and before we do that, what's the worst hangover? If you were to drink only one flavor all night long, which flavor of these do you think would give you the worst hangover?
I'm going green apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I can't
Agreed.
separate the rankings from the hangover rankings because, yeah, this is pretty easy for me. I think the screwdriver is the best. I think the pink lemonade, while the weirdest maybe, is the second best.
Yeah.
I think OG is third and green apple a distant fourth and would absolutely be the worst hangover. I feel like, you know how if someone goes swimming in like a salt lake, they just you're super buoyant, you float on top of it. I kind of feel like there's something happening here with that and the sugar content of the green apple Smirnoff Ice. Like, it's difficult to swallow. There's so much sugar in it, but I'm not totally sure.
Wow.
And 4.5% alcohol in all these. I think someone had probably asked about that. So that's beer strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also hurts your teeth.
It also hurts your teeth.
Yeah, and that sugar's gonna... Wait, I wonder what the comparison on sugar to like just a Budweiser or something would be. You know what I mean?
I'll find out while Jamie shares her.
That's interesting. Yeah, how would you... Well, let me go first. We'll save Jamie for the finale. I'm ranking exactly like you, JoJo. Same thing. Screwdriver the best, pink lemonade, OG, and then green apple for sure. I'm with you.
I'm just gonna swap the top two. I think pink lemonade was my favorite.
Is that what I called for you? I
It
believe.
is. I hate to say
Yeah,
it, but it
you
is.
did.
Yeah, all right.
And then I did also quite like the screwdriver, and then a huge chasm, then the original, and then an even huger chasm, and then the green apple.
Yeah.
Green apple was just dog shit.
Bad.
JoJo, the only reason I thought you might like it is just because I feel like you historically gravitate to kind of the fringe flavors, the unexpected flavors. But I was completely wrong, and I'll own that.
You're gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know how you sleep at night.
Sometimes
Think
it's
of
good
that.
to be like the other girls. I like that we all agreed.
I agree. It's nice. There's no infighting here. We're just ready to, I guess, drink the rest of these. Now,
I just
right?
I just inhaled through my nose too much and was like, the smell of all 4 bottles at once is so pungent.
Just before we move on to the next segment, what will our etiquette be if any of us run into each other? And what is the etiquette in general if you ice someone? So let's say we're at a barbecue, right? Mm-hmm. And we see someone at the barbecue, one of us here, mm-hmm. and we ice. Like maybe, Josh, I see that you're heading to the bathroom, and I put one like on the toilet or something like that, mm-hmm. right?
I have to kneel in the toilet.
No, I don't know. You don't even have to do it in the bathroom. But let's say I put it in a place like that.
Jamie would be the arbiter of the rules here, as the only one with true ice experience.
That's very true.
So what's the question?
The question is, I iced JoJo at this party once. Mm-hmm. Is that the only icing I can do of him that day at that party? Or can I ice him again at the same party?
So I believe, and everyone who's also iced, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that you can do it multiple times, but only if he gets you back first. So
I like that.
Once JoJo is iced, the ball is now in his court to get you. So you have to be on your guard, right? And maybe not taking bathroom breaks, maybe being very vigilant at the barbecue. And then if you get iced, people go nuts. And they'll never forget that day. And then you can get him back if you so choose.
Now,
but I believe that's the etiquette. You can't do it twice in a row or it starts to seem aggressive.
Now
you could do it to another person.
Now, what is involved?
Oh my God, you can just start running the party.
Yeah.
Hiding them like a sneaky little elf in everybody's pockets.
Like, what would happen? Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, there's a chance that JoJo and I could see each other at a kid's birthday party easily. Is that an appropriate venue for this? Would that get some pretty big laughs from some of the other dads, maybe the wives, or would that be frowned upon? I wonder.
I think you just kind of have to play it by ear. I think you could get away with it. I don't think it's off the table at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's off the table.
Because it's not like, it's never, I think part of the joy of getting iced is like, you're not going to get drunk from it. You're just like, you're put on the spot in this funny, weird way. Like, but you still have just chugged the equivalent of one beer. So it's not like you'll suddenly be, unsafe at a child's birthday party.
Yeah, you still get everybody home safely.
And that's a good point too. And also like the feeling after chugging a beer, more intense than this feeling. I really don't feel much of anything yet on this. Does that resonate with you guys at all?
I don't feel tipsy at all.
Yeah.
Huh. I love this comment. RoRo hands you a hot dog off the grill. Ice is in the bun.
Ice is in the bun. That's it.
Like, why is this hot dog so heavy?
Oh my goodness. Well, okay.
26 grams of carbohydrates is the answer in a Smirnoff Ice. That is the equivalent of 6.5 teaspoons of sugar.
Holy shit.
So, by the way, you can convert that to 2 tablespoons of sugar if you want. There's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon.
Wait, how does that compare to a Diet Coke?
Oh, well, there's no sugar in that.
You're ruining my life.
Oh, there is no sugar. Wait, there's no sugar in a Diet Coke?
No,
I think it's all like
sugar-free.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, and there's in a Budweiser, in a Bud Heavy, there's only 10.6 grams of carbs. So less than half the amount of like just sugar equivalent for your body.
Budweiser healthy.
Healthy. Exactly.
These are really bad for you. I mean, truly what ended up ending Mike's hard reign of terror was looking at the nutrition facts and being like, oh, that's why I feel like this.
Yeah, it really is just like bad science you're putting into your body. It's just chemicals.
It's a worse Oppenheimer grade mistakes going into the bottle.
There's that footage of you the day you realized the nutrition facts in the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
And by that time, it had become like my thing, and then I had to start distancing myself from it.
Were you
Took
OG?
time.
Were you OG flavor on that, or did you venture out, or were you always the OG flavor, or were you one of the other flavors as a fave?
I had a favorite flavor, and it was when we started the weekly podcast. I do the Bechtelcast years ago. It used to be like, oh, you know, we'll like have a drink while we're recording, because we usually record it at night. So I'd always have a Mike's Hard, and so I had the blood orange Mike's Harder, another 16-ounce can. I love a 16-ounce can. They're quite strong. They're like 8%.
Whoa. It's like
Versus-
their answer to Four Loko.
Yeah, it's the Chad Mike's Harder to the Virgin Smirnoff Ice. And but it was like, the nutrition fact, it was like absurd. It was like 400 calories, 6 square tons of sugar in like a 16-ounce can.
Wow.
It was nuts.
You like could have like a cake and a meatball sub, or this can of juice.
Right. Yeah. And so I reached a crossroads, and I think I didn't look back, except every once in a while when I do look back.
That is wild.
This is, I gotta call something. This is called the Smirnoff Ice Party Pack. Where do you both feel like it lands for a party? Do you feel sufficiently iced here, or do you feel like you're supplementing with some other flavor, or what? Or do you feel like this adequately represents all the personalities that will be at your party?
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, I think this does it.
This is casting a pretty wide net. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
for sure.
smell-
That
of
reaches for the
smells
green
and
apple.
All right, real quick before we get to one of our favorite questions of the week, let's check in on Mr. Snackers. So Jamie, JoJo has a pet duck named Mr. Snackers that we
That's
like to check in real quick on every week.
He's in Ducky Daycare here.
Where's he at? Which one is him?
It's that one in the back in the pool. That white one there, swimming
Oh,
around.
The
You can see
furthest
there's
away.
yeah, yeah, and
I
you're
see
pecking
him.
at the wall. Shouldn't be. That could be paint chips. I'm gonna have to hit them about that. Is there? And you can see a lot of watermelon husks around.
Love the
party.
watermelon. Love the
They
watermelon.
chaw on that
Wow,
watermelon.
they had a night.
They did. Now they're just.
And
shitting
it's
in that
only
pool.
10:30. Who knows what could happen? The night is young.
Does he have like specific friends that he like gets, or is it just a kind of free flow?
That's a good question. I'll have to ask the Ducky Daycare people.
Okay.
Yeah, I would hope so. It feels like that, or they'd all just be fighting right now.
It's
Yeah,
true.
they seem
Seems like
pretty
chill duck behavior.
simpatico over here. All right, good night, sweet snackers.
Yeah,
So
We'll have
nice.
to get to that question another time, Randy.
Okay, so this part of the question. So my brother-in-law, when we the first iteration of this show, when it was only a podcast, had sent us 100 questions, and we answered all those 100 questions. And then when we recently kind of rebooted the show and we're live streaming and podcasting it now, and he sent us another 100 questions, and we're gonna have you read one of those questions, Jamie, and hopefully answer it. And it's a little segment that we like to call Brian's question. So let's pull up this question. Jojo, do you got the question? Here we go.
Got the question.
All right. Hit it, Jamie.
Okay.
We have not read
Brian-
these questions in advance.
Yeah, we don't know anything about these.
Brian's question number 8. How did Idiocracy nail the electrolyte game?
Oh, Brian.
Is this do we have to ask the internet of it? What is he talking about?
I was gonna say I haven't seen Idiocracy, so I don't know what is being referenced here.
Is this the Mike Judge movie?
I think
Yeah.
it would be the Mike Judge movie that everyone was watching over the pandemic and making a bunch of very successful tweets about.
Yes.
Okay, wait. There's an Idiocracy
The
electrolyte
orange
GIF.
Cheeto is bringing us Idiocracy. It's a lot of that. I saw
Maybe
Idiocracy.
Maybe there's a clip we can find.
Sure, it's
of
great.
This. No, let me see.
It's a good concept that gets off the rails pretty quick. Okay, we can wait for. I think
I got a video. I got a video.
You got a video?
I got a video.
That was fast.
Let's see what we can find here. Idiocracy
that looks-
electrolytes.
Electrolytes one.
One.
Jesus.
Oh, there is Luke Wilson.
What the hell is this? Tastes like Gatorade.
Is that Brondo stuff? They're watering crops with a sports drink?
Oh.
Rondo the Thirst Mutilator had come to replace water virtually everywhere. Water, the basic component of all life, had been deemed a threat to Brondo's profit margin. The solution came during the budget crisis of 2330, when the Brondo Corporation simply bought the FDA and the FCC, enabling them to say, do, and sell anything they wanted. Joe didn't know any of this, but he did see a problem that he might actually be able to solve. With his options running out, Joe took a bold step. He would not get out of the way. This time, he would lead.
Should I stop it there?
I think that's fair.
I think
Yes.
we got an idea.
Yeah. And then the phrase electrolytes, it's got what plants crave, is a runner in the movie.
And it's making me think about the world a little differently. I don't know about
Boom.
you guys.
There you go.
Big
Yeah.
business.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
So did they nail the electrolyte game? Now that's
It's a strange phrase.
that's a fascinating way to ask that question. What is Brian like? That's my question to the question.
He's
Great
just the
question, different
best.
show,
He's just the
unfortunately.
best. Yeah.
This is because you can just like tell he's interesting and like funny based on the way that he would ask this question.
And this is only question 8, mind you. This is not when the delirium of question 74 sets in.
I don't know what he means still though in the question really. If either of you have an idea.
It feels pretty personal because it's like everyone's going to interpret the electrolyte game a little differently.
But what electrolyte game is happening right now? And is
Do
it
you-
still happening?
I think what he's saying is, why are there electrolytes and everything? Does that make sense? Like, why is this where it's like, do we really need Propel Fitness water and Smart Water
Yeah.
and Gatorade? And like now you can get Pedialyte at 7-Eleven. Shout out. And yeah, lots of all those mixes, as Lizzie said in the chat. There's a lot of like powders and stuff you can toss into stuff.
So the electrolyte game. So yeah, I was thinking of it like the electrolyte industry, but maybe that doesn't make sense.
No, I think that's right.
Yeah,
That
no, I
is
think
the thing.
that's
Okay,
I think
okay.
that's more on, yeah.
So how I would say that they did, first of all, a good job.
Yeah.
And then and also a poignant and of the moment job.
And one that they sustained that moment too. They forecasted the moment even more.
And I
it's meant
don't
for
think
the
enough
entire
people are
movie.
talking about that. I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it somehow is getting buried in the narrative of like aggressive politics is the attention that electrolytes should receive from the movie Idiocracy.
It's
The
very
staying-
it's funny. It's truly like if you look up Idiocracy in your Twitter bar, it's just a million blue checks being like, this is literally Idiocracy right now. We are literally living in Idiocracy. This is Idiocracy 2.0. I'm convinced Idiocracy is a documentary.
Oh, that's the one.
They're
It's like a documentary.
And no better example than how Idiocracy nailed the electrolyte game.
You're
Nailed.
gonna have to ask Mike Judge, I guess.
Yeah, that would be a good spot.
Yeah.
Good plan. Oh my goodness. I think we did it all, gang. Jamie, you have been a delight of delights. Still very upset that you slammed this before the show.
You were genuinely a little bit mad.
But it was a T-Bash first, and for that, we thank you.
Absolutely.
That's not good. That doesn't speak well of me at all.
You know.
But it's good. It's nice to make history with you guys.
Oh,
Yeah, we
couldn't have
Well
asked
put.
for it from a better guest.
Look,
This was-
well-behaved women rarely make history. Okay.
Idiocracy.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as I was watching the American documentary Idiocracy slamming a Smirnoff Ice screwdriver.
Is there anything, anywhere you'd like to send people, things for them to check out? Should they be hopping into Ghost Church? We want them to check that out. Anything else that you're up to, got up your sleeves these days that people should know about?
Oh man, I would say jump into Ghost Church. That's the podcast I'm working on right now. It's about it's an investigative project I did going into the Spiritualist Church of America, which is mostly older folks in Florida talking to the dead. So I went there and hung out with them for a while, and it was a pleasant ride. It's if you're in the mood for just kind of a pleasant podcast trip, check out Ghost Church. And if you want something way more depressing, go listen to some of the other ones.
I'm gonna ride here for the Lolita podcast, like one of the best podcasts I ever listened to. So
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
get
Love
after
it.
them all.
Blackout
you for
on
being
Smirnoff
here.
Ice the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember much
thing
of it.
about it.
Well, Jamie, thank you again. Everybody, please follow Jamie. We got our website down there scrolling, and all the socials. And yeah, join our Discord. And we're putting up the podcasts, and we're airing these on YouTube as well. So yeah, we're so excited about all the happenings. And Jamie, thank you so much.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Amazing. And Jojo, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go
fuck
fuck
yourselves.
yourselves.